definitely you will miss the opportunity of a particular thing. If you miss the time, time is biblical in nature. If you miss that appointed time, you will definitely miss something that was supposed to be yours. So timing as a resource given to everyone is limited in nature, and if you use time to your advantage, you can be able to gain something that you could have missed. So time and chance that I will talk about today. And some people miss the time, both the time, and they also miss their chance. So ladies and gentlemen, once you miss the time, you will not get your chance. And I would like to talk about today one of the most important verses in the scripture, and that is 2 Kings chapter 2. 2 Kings chapter 2, which is something that I want you guys to understand. 2 verses 2. That will be one of the most important places of the scripture that I want us to talk about. You see, nature in itself, it obeys time. It doesn't matter where you are, but nature in its it obeys time. If you align with it, time can be used to your benefit altogether. So today we will be talking about 2 Kings chapter 2, verses 2. Now Elijah, the time of Elijah and Elisha. Ladies and gentlemen, I know most of you know the story. The time, the day that Elijah was to go to by a whirlwind, the sons of the prophets were aware that his time was over. So even Elijah knew that his time of ministry was over. So when you read 2 Kings chapter 2, he went to Elisha and told Elisha, stay here while I go to Bethel, But Elisha, since Elisha was very, very conscious with time, he said he refused to stay. He went with Elijah to Bethel. Then he told Elisha told Elijah, stay here, stay here while I go to Jericho. And since Elisha was very time conscious, he said no. He will not stay there. He will accompany him everywhere so that he can benefit from Elijah. Then he told him, the Spirit has called me to Jericho. Then Elisha accompanied Elijah to Jericho. Okay. Then he told him that the Spirit has called me to the Jordan. Now that was the climax. That is where I want to talk about, because you might miss your chance, or you can get your chance when place at the right time. Being at the right place at the right time is very nice. It can help you to gain something along the way. So when they had already crossed over the Jordan, Elijah asked Elisha, "What can I do for you? What can I do for you?" That is when Elisha said that he wanted a double portion of his spirit, which is something which was a good request. And while they were walking and talking, then suddenly the chariots of fire came and took Elijah to the other world. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is when Elisha received what was a double portion of the spirit of Elijah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was how Elisha was imparted with that spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, if Elisha was in the wrong place at the wrong time, he could not receive what was in store for him. So being also at the right place at the right time is biblical. It can help you to gain something that was not supposed to be yours, but it will help you to gain something along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, even if you are anointed, even if you're qualified, it is not a guarantee for you to receive. You must be, you must be disciplined up to the last minute so that you can receive an impartation. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about time and why it is important. And also, it's always good to stay humble to the last minute, because most people they in the course of in the they lose they lose what is supposed to be theirs, because they missed the time, missed the bus, and once the bus is over, then there's no return. So that is very important. You can only get something when you're at the right place at the right time. Are we together? Yes. If you are you're busy with other things and you're not really focused and you're not concentrating, you might miss something. It's like you're playing with the chance, or you're playing with an opportunity. When you play with an opportunity, then I don't think you'll have a chance. Are we together? So, ladies and gentlemen, today we'll talk about that. We will also we will try to get to know each other along the way, and we will be, I hope that this session will be something that will add value to your life. Are we together? If you also read the book of Daniel, Daniel was somebody who understood the season and who understood what was required of him, and who understood the timing. Because if you don't understand the timing, you don't understand the season, then you might miss something that is very, very important. If you get involved in petty politics, you get involved in things that are not in line with the season, then you might risk losing. Are we together? You see, there's there's a time for planting and there's a time for harvesting. So if you miss the planting season, then of course definitely there'll be nothing to harvest. So ladies and gentlemen, you need to be conscious of the timing. And everybody in this life, even if God has not, you have been given time. You have been given time. You have been given knowledge. You might not have been given the money, but you have been given the time and you have been given the knowledge. So how you use your time and how you use the knowledge and the opportunities that have been presented to you can make the difference that is that is that can help you in the near foreseeable future. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this channel. So you see, yesterday I went to a meeting, and one of the main points that we were given is that we need to shed excess weight, things that you don't need. You need to shed. If you don't useless friendships, don't waste your time with things that are not adding value to your life. Are we together? Don't waste time with people who are not adding value to your life. You need to be very, very selfish with your time, because, ladies and gentlemen, time is money. Time, you need to use it very, very, you need to use it very, very consciously, and you have to be very judicious when it comes to how you use your time. And you see, when you use your time wisely, it will be the difference. It will be a good calculation. Are we together? So time is very, very important. And if you miss the timing, because timing is everything. I know so many people have said timing is everything. Time is everything. There's the law of sowing and the law of reaping. So time is very important, and how you use it can determine so many things in your life. The difference between people is not measured by the money that they have, that they had. That is what makes the difference.